the relations between Britain and Zanzibar, in terms of obviously the 38-minute war everyone knows about. And my brush is even dropping. Yeah, that was very embarrassing. So hey y'all, today we're on episode number 2 of Finding Myself, and today I'm going to kind of dive into like the cultural influences that different countries have had over Zanzibar, at the same time trying to do a review. Don't know how it's gonna go, but Aisha's typical thing is basically doing 2 things at once, even though I should be only focusing on one. But here we go. Like, when it comes to Zanzibar, from the Swahili language, the Bantu language, from the music that we listen to, from the food that we eat, very much anything, even the architecture, has been influenced of some sort from a different culture. And we have obviously influenced other cultures too. So we're going to start off with how basically the first country that I know of that has come is Portugal. So Portugal came in like 1499, and they basically stayed there for quite a while. Actually, they stayed there for like 200 years. And their main thing that I remember is that they tried to influence like Zanzibar in terms of religion. But in between that time, I know we've had like Indian influences, apparently we've had Chinese influences, like we've had everything in that small island. I'm just thinking like, y'all just came and had fun and then it disappeared or got kicked out. And obviously we've had the British there too. Sorry, where have the British not been? That's the question. So we're going to start off with the language actually, because the language is actually quite a big thing, and I feel like there's so many different languages that are like that you can find in the Swahili language that I wouldn't have known of, to be honest. Like, I've only figured it out because of one, educating myself, or should we say educating myself, and basically being friends with people from different cultures. So one of the main ones is actually Portuguese. They have some words similar to us. The only one that I remember though is table. One day I was speaking to my friend and she's like, mesa, and I was just like, yeah, and she's like, yeah, table, and I was like, damn, like that's very similar, which is so crazy. And then another one is Farsi. My friend who is from Afghanistan, and then she said Rangi, and I was just like, that's another language that basically has the same word in Swahili, which I feel like it's just so weird to hear. They've obviously come to Zanzibar and then heard some parts of the language, and then either they've left it or they've picked it up and taken it back home, which at the end of the day is just interesting regardless. And that's the language aspect. Then we have food, which I don't even know where to begin. And that's mainly because of the like seasoning that we use, and hence why we are called the Spice Island. Our spices are so nice. Cloves, cardamom,